But then he says he's our strength. He's our strength. And that's something that we have to consider. That's something that we have to consider. That it's God who strengthens us and keeps us when we can't keep ourselves.
Amen.
You know, who do the weak run to? Come on, talk to us.
Strong people.
Who do the weak run to? Who can the weak lean on? The strong people. And I know it's a situation where we don't want to admit that we have weak times.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, all of us, at some point or another, go through periods where we just don't feel like we're the strongest.
Amen.
Come on and talk to me.
Amen.
I know that we've had some technical difficulties and we lost some people along the way, but let's be realistic about the situation. All of us at some point or another have gone through times where things just didn't make sense to us.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
We didn't understand what was going on. We didn't understand how we were going to make it through.
Right.
But the writer says, not only is God our refuge, but God is our strength. And when we look at strength, it means power and might and boldness to be mighty.
Yeah.
When trials and trouble come, our strength is drained from us. Now let's just be realistic about the situation. You ever get to the point where you just sick and tired of being sick and tired?
Yes, yes. Amen.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
You ever get to where you just sick and tired of being sick and tired?
Yeah.
And we're wondering now. Here's the thing, because I don't want anybody sending me any emails, sending me any text messages, trying to change my viewpoint on what I got, how I feel about a certain situation. Don't do it. Save it. I don't want to hear it. Save it. We're condemning people. We're talking bad about people because they've chose to riot and protest and this, that, and the other. Fine. I'm not saying that I agree with rioting. No, innocent people are hurt in riots.
Yes, yes.
But I do agree with the right to protest.
Yeah.
I believe we need to stand up for something.
Yeah.
Listen, far too long, we've been hung from trees. We've been set on fire. They set our churches on fire with people on the inside. They walked inside of our churches in Bible study groups and killed up people. And we've sat by silent, waiting on the Lord to fight our battle.
Yeah.
Trying to be peacemakers, not saying anything.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. There's a time when we come to our trials and our troubles and our tribulations of life, and our strength is just drained from us.
Yeah.
There are times where you just get so tired of seeing what's going on that you have no other recourse but to stand up and say something.
All right.
Look, even in those times when we don't understand what's going on, what we find is that God is still able to strengthen us and help us stand.
Yeah.
The issue now becomes, are we willing to ask Him to strengthen us? A lot of times we won't ask God to strengthen us because we really don't feel like we need anybody's help.
Yes.
Some of us just think we big and bad enough. We're an army of one.
Well.
Come on, Cynthia, we're an army of one.
Yes, sir.
We can tear some things up all by ourselves. When in actuality, we've got to understand that our refuge is in God, and our strength has to come from God.
Yeah.
Because this physical strength in which we're dealing with will play out on us. And there's always somebody that's a little bit stronger than what we are.
Yeah.
If you're tuning back in, we apologize for the technical difficulties, but I want you to know, first of all, God is our refuge. Secondly, God is our strength. Isaiah chapter 40, verses 28 through 31. Have you not known? Have you not heard? The everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, neither faints nor is he weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the weak, say the weak.
The weak.
And to those who have no might, he increases strength. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. It does not matter how strong or weak we are.
Yeah.
We need God's strength.
Amen.
It's only He that can sustain us through the trials of life. Think about it. Nobody around can keep us like God can.
Amen.
I want you to think about it. Nobody around can do for us what God can do.
Not at all.
So he says, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. That's the third thing I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
Help. Y'all look, it's not always good to be in a position where you need help
Amen.
from somebody else.
Amen.
But let me also say, however, comma and parenthetically, that all of us at some point or another have been in a position where we needed help.
Yes. Amen.
And when you are the person who's sought after to help other people, you feel a lot better than when you are the person who's doing the seeking and needing somebody else's help.
Amen.
Far too long we've sat by the wayside, we've sat down, and we've waited on somebody to do for us what we really ought to be doing for ourselves.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's just us. Let's just be honest. We allow people to come over into our countries. Our country will give them a free education.
Yeah.
They'll give them money to get a business up off the ground. They'll do that. They'll live 6 of them in a 2-bedroom shack,
Well.
all while going to school, making money, doing what they need to do, and then they send money back to their home countries.
Yes. Yes.
Come on and talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm talking about we waiting on somebody to do something for us that we ought to do for ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah.
then once one of them get out of college, they get a job and they support the business.
They send it up.
They send money back. They send somebody else over. They build them a house or buy a house big enough for them to move and bring more people over, and they open another store.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all along, what begins to happen is they've done everything from afar. They've come over from far away into our land, and we built. Blood, sweat, and tears. Whether we did it willingly or unwillingly,
Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
we built it.
Yeah.
And they come over, they put these stores in our neighborhood. We spend our money in those stores. I'm talking about help. We
Yeah.
spend our money in those stores, and when the time comes for them to help us, they won't.
Come on.
Man, let me tell you something. And at this point, we running around, and the majority of people are thinking that there's rioting, there's looting, all of these bad things are going on because we're looking for a handout. No, we're wanting a hand up, so maybe some of this senseless stuff could stop.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Let me
yeah.
help you with something.
Come on now.
When we stop spending our money with our people, we open a door for other people to treat us any kind of way.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
If we would invest our money in our people, in our neighborhoods, in our schools, in our churches, and build our families, we wouldn't need anybody else to come in and tell us how things ought to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Can you explain to me why we can go out and buy something from somebody else and never question the price, but the minute one of you or I begin to try to sell something, we always ask for a homeboy or a homegirl hookup.
Yeah.
We've got to band together and look beyond our likes and our disappointments and whether or not we can get along. We need to pool our resources together and get to the point to where when we pull together, we can rise up.
Yeah.
The reason many of us can't help one another in business is because we don't like each other enough to even stay in the house to try to save our money and pool our resources to get stuff done.
Come on now.
The writer says God is our refuge, God is our strength, but he says he's a very present help in trouble. And whether we want to admit it or not, we are in trouble.
Yeah.
If you can't go jogging in a neighborhood and look at homes that are new homes that are being built without being gunned down, we in trouble.
Yeah.
Amen.
If you can't lay on the ground and you're handcuffed without having the police put their foot on your neck and you die, we in trouble.
Yeah.
And it's them people yesterday and the day before that, but we don't know what's going to happen today or tomorrow.
Yeah. Yes. Come on, Pastor.
So what do? We got to realize our protection is not in better circumstances or in avoiding problems or anything on earth. Our protection comes from God.
Amen. Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
It ain't pretty, but it's right.
Yes.
Our protection comes from God, and it's because of Him and the Spirit that lives inside of us, we've got this very present help in trouble.
Yeah.
Jesus promises that He'll never leave us nor forsake us. And I know some people are wondering, why is it that these things have to happen to us? Why is it, you got some real smart people that have decided, well, I don't understand why black lives matter when black folks are killing black folks. You're right. I won't argue with you when you're right. But life itself ought to matter.
Yeah.
That was a time when we were growing up, we didn't agree on everything.
No.
Okay? We just didn't. You know? And sometimes we would have fights.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You better come off away from
man, we'd have fights.
Be playing an hour.
After a while, we sitting at the Cool Cup house. You could get a Cool Cup for a quarter.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We were out playing again. And the very person we had a fight with, we had gone over to their house and was drinking water out of the water hose on the side of it together.
Come on.
But now, we got to go and get help from other places in order to fight some battles that we really ought to turn over to the Lord.
Yes.
Let me say this to you. We've got to understand that even when we feel like life and everything in it is uncertain, and when the mountains might as well crash into the sea, and the first thing we do is run instead of remembering who our protector is and where our protection comes from.
Yeah.
I'm just about done. But I want us to understand that God is our refuge. Say that, refuge.
Refuge.
He's our shelter. He's the place we can hide in, the one we can trust in. Pastor, I don't understand it. All the time Saul tried to get David. Everything he set out to do to take David out, the Lord always protected him.
Yes.
I'm going to say it again and see if it'll catch on. All that time Saul tried to kill David.
Yeah.
With everything Saul tried to do, the Lord steadily protected David. Can I say it one more time?
Yes, please.
All the time the enemy tried to kill Nikki,
Come on.
the Lord protected Nikki.
Yes.
Because he was her place of refuge.
Amen.
Let me go back and say it again.
Amen.
All the times the enemy tried to kill Gerald, the Lord protected Gerald because he was his place of strength and refuge. And now all you have to do is plug your name in there. I can plug my name in there. And we should be willing to tell people that although the situation looks bleak and the circumstances look like we're not going to come out on top, we've got to understand that we have a testimony to share with the world. God is our refuge. God is our strength. And even in times like today, he's a very present help in trouble. So Pastor, what are you telling me? I'm done. Be not dismayed. Whatever betide. God will take care of you.
Yes, he will.
Beneath his wings of love abide. God will take care of you. Does not matter whether it's on the sea that's raging, whether it's on the land, whether it's in our neighborhoods, our schools, our government. God will take care of us. But we've got to understand, in order for him to be a present help,
Yeah.
we've got to be willing to ask for it. So, Pastor, what are you saying? I'm saying that life is uncertain right now.
Yes.
We don't know what tomorrow will bring. And I say that as a man who has children, young men.
Yes.
Yes.
We don't know what tomorrow, but my faith is unshaken.
Amen.
No.
I trust God,
Yeah.
even when it seems like we can't trace it.
Yes.
I trust God to know that while there's fighting and riots and protesting and all of this senseless killings going on, I trust God enough to know that God has a way of protecting his people to where what the enemy means to take us out, he'll use it for our good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What bless.
yeah. Ain't nobody talking about Trayvon Martin no more. Ain't nobody talking about Breonna. Everybody's running with Ahmaud. You know. Everybody's yelling they can't breathe. We've now been faced with something that hits close to home in the murder of Sir Zion. Nobody wants to talk about all this senseless stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
But God gives us a remedy if we would just take it.
Take it.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm done. If my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray, turn and seek my face, turn from their wicked ways,
Yeah.
then
Yes. Then.
will I hear from heaven and forgive their sin and heal their land. Pastor, what are you trying to tell me? That is, God says to us that if we would hold up our end of the
Yes.
bargain,
Come on. Come on. Come on.
he don't have a problem holding up his end.
Yes. Yes.
I wish I had my 730.
Yes.
If we
Yeah.
would hold up our end of the bargain, God has always held up his. And so, for testimony time today, won't you testify with me that you can testify that God may not come when you want him to,
Yeah.
but God is always on time.
Yes, he is.
You can testify today that God may not show up how you think he should,
Yeah.
but when God shows up, he makes a difference in everything that's going on.
Yes.
Listen,
indeed.
I want us to understand that Jesus didn't hang, bleed, and die for us to just live a life like this is just the end of it.
Yeah.
Jesus did those things that we might have a right to the tree of life.
Yeah.
And I want to encourage us that it looks dark right now, it looks dismal right now, it seems like that we're at the end of our rope. But in the words of Coach Brian Irwin, former football coach of Lamar, you got to tie a knot in the rope, let it burn, but hold on.
Amen. Come on now.
You got to hold on.
You gotta hold on.
So I'm done. What do you do when you've done all you can and it seems like it's never enough? Don McClurkin says you just stand. And so I'm asking that we stand together
Yes.
in solidarity about the wrongs that's going on. We ain't got to be violent, but we need to be vocal.
Yes. Amen.
Beware of people who will say, I'm not prejudiced because I got black friends.
Be very aware.
You be aware of our counterparts that don't look like us, that ain't said nothing about what's going on. Okay? I want to let you know that a whole lot of times, closed mouths have closet sheets.
My God.
God, how we thank you for today. We thank you that although life seems uncertain, our faith is unshaken. Lord, I pray for every person under the sound of my voice, whether they're physically here, whether they're watching virtually. Lord, go with them, stand by them, and stand for them. I pray for those families dealing with loss and not being able to understand what's really going on. Lord, we need you to keep us like only you can. I pray in the name of Jesus for every church door that's open in your name. Whether it's from the pastor's office at home, whether it's from the sanctuary with a select few, or those that have returned back. Lord, we need you to keep us. And Lord, on this Sunday, what we need is revival.
Yes, God.
We need you to revive our hearts, our minds, and our souls, that we will turn from our evil ways and focus on you.
Yes.
If there are any under the sound of my voice that don't know you, the pardon of their sins, cause them to run, come one and ask them, what must I do to be saved?
Yes.
Keep them like only you can. In the name above all names, Jesus Christ, we pray and ask it all.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Listen, I'm not out of words, I'm out of time, but we'll pick up Psalm 46 part 2 next week, where we'll deal with some more things that our writer is saying to us. Greater, it's imperative that we do what we need to do. I noticed that some of you don't log in like you're supposed to. If you go back and you do it later, that's something different. And I've noticed that while we've done everything that we can to make sure that you get the word in the comfort and the safety of your home, that you've not done what you're supposed to do to ensure that the ministry and broadcast can continue. I would pray that the Lord will touch your heart and convict you to do what you need to do. If you get the paycheck and you ain't tithing, you're wrong and gone. If the Lord is causing you to prosper and you're prospering and you're not being a blessing like you're supposed to, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You've been taught better, you know better, so I'm not fussing. I'm just putting it out there so it can never be said. What Pastor never said, we should just still do what we need to do. We're logging off now. The broadcast will tell you, the video at the end will tell you where you need to send your gifts. Givelify, Cash App, mail, or you can make an appointment and drop it off. Until next time, continue to experience greater.
Thank you for staying connected with us here at the House of Refuge. We greatly appreciate your continued support, prayers, and participation. If you're in need of prayer, please email us at experiencegreater@gmail.com. And for other forms of giving, you can find us on these 3 outlets: Givelify, Cash App, or mailing it into our P.O. Box listed below. Until next time, experience greater.